And good morning. It is 12:10 a.m. in this beautiful mountain time. Now, as you guys know, I had a super windstorm come this weekend,
Really?
last weekend, while Kitty was jet setting it down in Louisiana. And that caused me to get a upper respiratory infection, something fierce.
Yeah, you were sick.
So we bought now we lost a shed,
My greenhouse.
the greenhouse. We lost a wind generator off the roof, one of three. We figured out that the thing spun so fast it flung a blade off and then destroyed itself from there. So we bought a cargo container. I'm not going to tell you how much I paid for it. It's the normal going rate. There is a lot of scams out there.
Yes.
Be careful. And normally a 40-foot like we got is just a little bit more than a 20. So really watch out for the scams. Now, we did buy the most beautiful one you could possibly imagine, as you can see. But let me tell you a short, brief story here. Then we'll get on with the card thing, okay? The land next to us, see, our neighbor, Rusty, passed away. Okay?
Rest in peace, Rusty.
And, yeah, rest in peace, Rusty. He was great. Well, the land on the other side of us is now owned by his daughter, okay, on the other side of us. And the daughter did not want to sell the house to the people that bought Rusty's house because they're Mennonites. And now they got a bunch of chickens and they're going to have cattle over there and stuff like that.
Yeah, we love them.
And they were already pissed off because we bought this place and they didn't want their land next to a mobile home.
Oh, well.
Oh, well. Okay.
Sucks to be you.
And now we're going to put this beautiful, the most cherry looking cargo container we could find. And that side you see there will be facing their land. Because what they want to do is they want to build a, $600,000-$700,000, which is huge out here. $607,000 yuppie dream home, and then turn around and sell it. Okay, but they can't do that if it don't look like a yuppie neighborhood. So we're not going to paint it or anything until they decide to sell us that piece of land. Is that right, baby?
That's right. I want the land.
If they decide to sell us that piece of land, then maybe we'll paint it.
Bright pink.
There's nothing on it. It's just land. So,
Yep.
Well,
We'll see.
We'll see what happens there.
Tell.
Time will tell. So, getting on to it here.
Yeah.
Walmart. I've had some time to spend with a Walmart cashier. Actually, quite a bit of time. And I'm asking about things they see. And I don't want to downgrade anybody for the way they pay, how they have to pay, or their means of paying. I don't want to downplay anybody. But I will say, we are creatures of habit. Okay? So, they come in to Walmart. They got a cart full of food. Okay? They put it all up on the counter. On the belt. And as they're ringing it up, they're seeing, they're not buying eggs. They're not buying bread, English muffins, beef, rice. They're buying pre-made breakfast sandwiches. They're buying Hot Pockets. They're buying pizzas ready to bake. Stuff like that. And then they're having to use EBT for part of it, and then use a credit card. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. How do you know it's credit instead of debit? She says, sometimes it is debit. But a lot of times, you can just see by the name on the card that it's, some off-brand, no, we're a very small area. So we know all the banks here, and it's some off-brand, Capital One, stuff like that, credit card. And then they'll maybe use a debit card. And then maybe, takes 3 or 4 forms of payment to get the whole thing paid, starting with EBT. And like I said, I don't want to knock anybody down, but people can save a lot of money by going and making their own breakfast sandwiches instead of buying them ready to eat, stuff like that. But that just shows you how inflation is. People are creatures of habit. How do you tell your, 2, 3, 4, 5 kids that they can't have microwavable sandwiches anymore and that they'll have to make their own, and it's inflation. It's the times. And, I was listening to Full Spectrum Survival this morning, and I pick apart what he says. But one thing he said today is through the weekend, or through the week, sometime soon, through the weekend, we're going to be known as being in a people's depression. Isn't that what he said?
Yeah, people's depression.
A people's depression.
Yeah.
That sounds kind of communist to me.
Yeah, it does.
He says it don't affect the banks, it don't affect Wall Street, don't affect politicians. We're in a people's depression.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like the only one getting shit on is the little men.
Yeah.
And they're doing all the flushing. So it just don't make sense.
No, it's shitty.
A people's depression. It's got a very North Korean, Russian, China ring to it there.
Yes, it does.
But anyways, like I said, if you guys are looking for cargo containers, do your homework.
Do all of your homework.
All of your homework. Whatever company you find, do your homework. There's a lot of scams out there. We even seen a cargo container on Amazon. And it's $2,300, just cheap. Shipped free from San Diego. I mean, come on. Remember, people, if it sounds too good to be true, it is too good to be true.
Yes, it is.
Okay? If one place is a whole lot cheaper than everybody else, well, how's that one place staying in business? Okay? Do your homework. I think it should be here Wednesday,
Yes.
and I'll get some pictures and post them online, or post them in a video, and we'll see. So I think it's absolutely beautiful, and we will definitely paint it once the people agree to sell us the land next to us. Talk to y'all later. I am out of here.